Everybody poured up. Let's get a good show going.
We on the popping?
Yeah.
Man, we been on and popping.
Talking about the shot.
Oh, damn, my bad.
Idiot.
You feel me?
All right. You're here.
Mazel tov.
Mm-hmm. We on? What it do? What it motherfucker? Ugh, everybody just had the ugly face.
Mm-hmm.
You caught it pretty bad. You caught it pretty. What it do? What it motherfucking does? It's your man's Ride to Dime, baby.
Yes, sir. It's your favorite nephew, Darius.
You know it, and we got a special guest in here today. Hey. Drum roll, please.
That's the sound effect.
Yeah. Hold on a few seconds.
Young Ish.
Young Ishii.
Let's get it.
Right. So typically, we start off with everybody week, but we got a guest. Just break down who you are, what you into real quick.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So, Young Ish, straight from the D.
Okay. What side? What side you from?
West side.
Okay.
West side.
All right. Let's
West
do
side,
the
best
east side.
side,
We was gonna
period.
have some issues. You from the west too, bro?
Of course.
All right, for sure. I'm about to say, what about you, nigga? I'm talking shit.
We don't need no east side energy in here right now.
I feel it's too
It's all
early.
west side. No, it's not. Don't say that. I don't think it's too like that, but.
Hell yeah. Well, so check it, right? So, how was everybody week?
We was straight. Halloween, I think it's now. Yesterday, went to a little Halloween party. I got there early.
Mm-hmm.
Started at 9. Me and my wife got there like 9:05.
How lame are you, nigga?
I didn't want to be there when it was thick with people. You feel me? COVID is still real. You feel me? So we got in there early, said my what's ups, and I was in the car smoking by like 11.
I mean, but did you even party? Coming in?
No.
I had some stuff to drink. I had fun. Took some photos.
This nigga sound lame as hell.
Hey,
this nigga got
had
to
to
the
get outta
party
there.
at 9 o'clock,
Hey.
fam.
Yeah, if the
Had
party
to
As
get
soon
outta
as they
there.
opened up the door,
Hell yeah, it's Darius.
It's
If the
your
party
boy.
started at 9, you gotta be there at like 10:30.
Of course, but
You can't
no.
come at 9.
Come on. You can't be afraid of COVID if you still went out to a party,
Got
nigga.
there early before it was maximum people and shit.
But all it takes is like one person.
Hey, in my mind, I'm straight. I took some wellness shot this morning, the ginger and shit.
This nigga sounds stupid, don't he, bro?
Mm-hmm.
That's
How was-
what's up.
how was your week?
On the health tip.
How was your week, Young Ish?
It was pretty good. I didn't do too much. I had a couple business calls I had to do. I took care of some business. I'm still in school, so
Okay.
I took care of that. But other than that, it was a pretty chill week.
So how's classes since this whole COVID thing?
I mean, shit, I went from not wearing glasses to wearing glasses because I'm on the screen all day, for real.
Yeah.
Niggas' eyes get to falling out their head.
Yeah, so I literally got a script a couple months ago because I started getting these terrible headaches from just sitting in front of the computer all day. But I mean, that's what we got to do. So
You know what I'm saying?
it is
You
what
gotta
it
cope.
is. Yeah.
I feel it.
That's
I feel
crazy.
it.
That's something niggas don't take it to a kind of effect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Hey, I'm glad I'm done
So
with
you
that
pretty
shit.
stupid. You don't even know what Google is.
Shut
nigga.
your ass
Search
up.
engine.
Not Google.
Rod, how was your week? Yeah, my week was pretty smooth. Thanks for asking everybody. I ain't really been on shit. Today is Halloween. I'm not
forgot.
dressing up. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit. Like, nigga,
Yeah.
ain't nobody got time to be.
I wouldn't even think about Happy Halloween, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. This nigga, you pretty scary on the daily.
My
so.
costume was fire last
No,
night.
did you see this
Who
nigga
were-
costume?
no, who were
Let me
you?
pull it up.
Please show it. This
My
is your
costume was fire as shit last night.
No, it wasn't, bro.
So it was a tag team with me and my wife.
Of course.
Who's a play? You feel me? I was Peter, the pumpkin eater. She was the pumpkin. And
Oh.
let's just say I got a little messy.
Does that make sense? Did you see this picture?
Let me see.
So I explained
Exactly.
it, and that's everybody was like, "Oh, y'all cute," and then they would look up at my face, and then you get, "Oh, y'all little niggas is freaky."
Yeah, that's.
Nah.
Nope, not the back door.
You try, fam. You try. So, so your whole music career. First off, popping.
Okay.
That's
Hey,
the shit.
Okay.
that's my
That's
shit
the
too.
shit.
I'm sick. You
I'm
said it
not
before me.
gonna lie.
That's a nice vibe.
Yeah.
That
you know
shit
what I'm
got a
saying?
nice ass vibe.
Appreciate y'all.
I could play that and like clean the crib up type shit. Definitely. on
What
the
about
playlist.
house party? Y'all like house party?
House party, popping. It's popping then house party for me. You know what I'm saying? The video was lit, fucking with all of it, but popping.
Popping for sure.
That
Okay.
it resonated differently in my soul.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
But look, so what made you start rapping? You know what I'm saying? What was the start of who you are today? You feel me?
Okay, so this goes way back to when I was like a kid. Like when I was 4 and 5 years old. It's really crazy because when you do stuff as a kid, it's pure. You know what I'm saying? It's not influenced by any outside sources unless, it's something traumatic or something detrimental. But I was performing for my family, like putting on these elaborate ass shows when I was like 4 and 5 years old. Like I wasn't really rapping. But
Christmas times, you out here.
Yeah, I was entertaining. Like I literally had an alter ego. I had like 3. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a kid,
Crazy.
my first alter ego was Rap Dog.
Rap Dog?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What was this persona like?
He was a rapper. It was this
choke a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On
So
some 5-year-old shit. Can't wait.
Yeah. Period.
Recess,
So Rap Dog was who my main alter ego was, and I don't know where this came from. I can't even tell you. I just remember vividly putting on shows, being all these different people. Growing up, not having a lot, school is the main focus. So I kind of let go of what I really wanted or what was really true to me. And I went on the school track, graduated Michigan State with a criminal justice degree. The plan was to go to law school. After I graduated,
Wait, nigga, you a cop? I'm talking shit.
No. No. I graduated with a criminal justice degree, and the idea was to go to law school, but I was really fighting with myself to figure out what I really wanted, because at the end of the day, if you're going to be doing something for the rest of your life, you want to be happy with it.
I agree.
And I knew that once I graduated, I needed some time to think. I took the LSAT and everything, and after I took it, it just was like, this ain't really for me, and I can't really see myself. Like, I have too much personality to be a damn lawyer. Not saying lawyers can't have personality, but I knew my destiny was outside of that. Yeah. So that's when I ended up signing up for my digital marketing degree with Arizona State University, and I was like, let me see where I'm going with this. And like I said, I've been writing since I was like 8 years old. You feel me? So I actually had this little rap group when I was in the 3rd grade. It was this boy I liked named Gino, and I thought writing raps was gonna make him like me. So I'm, sitting up there jotting down
Intimidated the fuck out this boy.
Yeah, so I'm like raps and stuff. He wasn't really with the shit, so that's that. But this is something I've been doing since I was a kid, but I didn't find it in myself to pursue it until I got to this age. And it's crazy because, it all came around full circle. I started writing like seriously late last year, and then I was like, let me just get in the studio, see what I can do. The first time I went in the studio, the engineer didn't even know it was my first time. He was like hella surprised, like, it's your first time here? I'm like, yeah,
nigga, let's lay this track, nigga.
Let's lay this track. So it pretty much became history after that. Like, after I went in the studio that first time, I fell in love with it, and we here now.
So check it, right? So I got a homeboy. He got a studio. He pieced together his studio, and I was asking him about, like what all it takes to make a project, from finding a beat to paying for the beat to the engineer. I don't even know what the mixing and mastering shit means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's some shit you got to pay for, and it's not free.
It's all not free.
So on average, what to get it done on the average level, how much is it gonna cost? If that's not like a personal question.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
I mean,
asking how much you know.
So it all depends on who you're going to. It's not like, you go to the store and you buy a PlayStation and all PlayStations are the same price. You go into different people gonna have different prices. Producers are gonna have all types of ranges. Like, I know I went to a producer once, his beats was $50. Another producer I went to, his beats was $250. You know what I'm saying? So it's different ranges of what you can get. Engineers are the same thing. The first studio I went to, the engineer was charging $30 an hour, $35 an hour, $40 an hour.
I don't want that nigga. He don't sound. How is
We're
it?
not even gonna talk about that.
It sounds like he wasn't working.
Yeah. So $35, $40 an hour, but then the last engineer that I'm with now, he charged $50 to $65 an hour. So
that sound about right.
Yeah, so I mean, I can give you a number, but at the end of the day, that number won't be accurate for everybody. So I would say
give me a range. If I want to be a rapper, I'm about to jump in this bitch right now. I'm about to hit the studio for a week. I'm about to lay this shit down. How much money do I need to make? So how much money do I need to have bare minimum
for a whole project, and that's including your video?
All that.
Yeah, that's including at least 2 videos, laying down at least 5 tracks, and I'm speaking from like my 5 tracks. In and out the studio, I'll say like 2 bands.
Okay.
2 bands minimum. Because you want to have good quality. You want to have good quality beats. You want to have good quality mixing and mastering. You want to have somebody that's gonna actually make your video pop. You want all that. So you spending at least 2 bands for a whole project, and that's like minimum.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming 4,500.
Yeah. Yeah, you spending at least 2 bands. I mean, and that's not to say that. So for me, because anytime I go into the studio, I'm always told that I record fast or I work fast. Apparently, niggas be in that bitch struggling, right? So
yeah, I feel like the average nigga get in that bitch,
they terrible.
They about to
they recording, they
roll some weed up. They about to call, it's a party before.
So you got to take into account that, because I can go in and lay 2 tracks down in 30 minutes, have them mix and master it the next 45 minutes and be out. Where the next person might take 2 hours to record one song. So when you thinking about how long it's taking you to record, you got to account for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's going to add on to your price. Like if 2,000 is the lower end and you don't record fast, you probably going to end up spending like 2,500, if that makes sense.
No, hell yeah, because it's about an hour.
Yeah.
So the rap game is kind of different. What style of rap would you say you have? Like you got these funny rap bar ass niggas now. Like what type?
Like
of,
who?
Like
who's a funny
Pac-Man,
rapper?
That nigga or the
Or
Coochie
Sada.
Man.
Even
Coochie
Sada
Man.
too.
Sada too.
Yeah, he's a funny rapper.
Yeah.
Bro,
Coochie
the
Man for
is
sure. That's all funny
dog.
bars. Like what kind of bars do you come to the floor with?
I mean, y'all heard my music,
Yeah.
so I guess you can say I'm real lyrical. For me, Poppin' and House Party were obviously the least lyrical sounds on my EP. And when I made those, I tried to accommodate for kind of like the mainstream,
like a radio hit.
Yeah, a radio hit, like that.
I can
party
hear that on
sound.
the radio.
Yeah. So when I made those tracks, to me those tracks were easy because it didn't take as much mental effort putting into those songs. Like, okay, let me say something fun. Let me say something that rhymes.
Hold me real quick. You just like nigga. You just hold me real quick. Cause you just said I'm a basic ass nigga because I like your song.
No. I'm not saying that. I mean, but you see what I'm saying though? It's a sound that people are looking for. So when I'm thinking about my music, I'm meticulously taking into account everything that I'm getting from outside and also from what I know from what I'm listening to, right? So when you hear Poppin' a House Party, okay, y'all said it's radio hits, which is why I chose House Party for my video because that's the one, those are the 2 that's gonna stand out the most. But for me, my babies on that EP were Madam Ishii and Like Me because those show more lyricism, and that's personally what I'm into.
Okay.
Like inside of the mind of Ish, that shit is what I like. Like I like the J. Cole's, I like the Kendrick Lamar's, I like the Wale's. Those are
turning up. He only listened to rappers that didn't graduate from high school. So
and that's cool.
When you get to saying mindful shit, this nigga like, it's making too much sense.
Those are my type of artist. Like I like the Sada Babies. I like the let me think of other rappers. Who else that make mainstream music? I like the Babies and the Lil Babies, but
you don't like them niggas
time,
for real.
Huh?
I don't feel like you like them niggas for real.
I do. No, I really do. Like
I like them niggas for sure.
I listen to Lil Baby and the Baby and people like that all the time. But for me, like the lyricism that Kendrick Lamar and the J. Cole's and the Nas's, that's what I like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's my type of sound. So when I write my music, I kind of channel energy from all of those, but I still try to make what I write catchy because at the end of the day, I want people singing what I got to say because I want them to relate to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting a piece of me, but I'm also thinking about everybody else when I'm writing my music, if that makes sense.
No, hell yeah. That's what's up.
That is what's up. As far as like the female rap game though, it's few that actually come lyrical. Like you got Rhapsody, shout out to her. She just won Lyricist of the Year award from BET.
Yeah.
That's dope especially for a woman, because women, they normally rapping like you got the Cardi B's and the Megs and shit.
You got to. And for me, like, I have a love-hate relationship with that. So right now, Cardi B been my favorite person, not just because she raps, but because I feel like she's authentically herself. Like, she has never changed since she's been like, since she's been accepted as a popular female artist. Sorry. Since she's
coming up.
It's the Duce head. Since she's been accepted as a popular female artist, for me, like, her personality is what really makes Cardi B. Like, her music, amazing, great. I can rap it all day. But at the same time, I like Cardi B because she's Cardi B and ain't nobody telling her who she gonna be.
Genuine. Everything is, it ain't a show.
I have a love-hate relationship with the acceptance of female artists in the game, because as a female, like, niggas, you can rap about drugs, you can rap about sex, you can rap about anything you want to. You can rap about the streets, you can rap about how you don't like nobody, how you want to shoot somebody. You can rap about all that. But female artists, if you want to make it big, you have to rap about sexuality. You see what I'm saying? Like, you said Rhapsody.
Yeah.
She won a BET award, but is she really a sexual rapper? Like, no. The Cardi B's, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Saweeties, they're the ones making it big because the industry has to sexualize them.
Sexual.
And I was just about to ask this question. So let's say some big exec come to you and like, look, you fucking the game up, you know. Nonetheless, you gotta start pushing sex. You know what I'm saying? And from whatever makeover, whatever surgeries or whatever, would you go through certain stuff to make it to that certain height? You know what I'm saying? Because I personally feel like just with music, if you really want to be popping, you kind of gotta like bend on your morals a little bit. Yeah,
you gotta kind of bend. And so if you've heard, again, my music, you hear in the lyrics, here and there, I do add some sexual stuff, because at the end of the day,
he a Kappa, so
at the end of the day,
I heard that. Yeah. My wife heard that bar too. She was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah." I done got some coochie, got some chimneys before.
Yeah, so
oh no, boy, this boy to turn red, boy.
At the end of the day, I'm not completely against it at all, because I feel like, just like how Van Gogh or Picasso can paint a picture and they can put whatever the fuck they want on a piece of paper, and people be like, "Oh, this is art." You know what I'm saying? With words, it's the same thing. So I hate how when women do sexualize themselves in a way that gets them to the next level. It's like, "Oh, you had to do this, do this, do this." Like, yeah, but at the same time, treat this art like how y'all treat David and how he carved them statues of them naked ass men with their dicks out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody talking about, "Oh, those are naked men." Like, no, you looking at those statues and you're thinking, "Oh, that's really great art." So when I talk about,
I don't think I'm looking at that like, but I see what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
So when I'm talking about my body and my, under the belt area, I want people to understand, like, yeah, I'm talking about it, but at the same time, bitch, my bar's cold.
Yeah, off top.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So treat it as such. And when that's accepted as okay, because they gonna say it's not okay, but then everybody listening to it. So when that's accepted as okay and truly an art form, I feel like more female artists will progress and be more comfortable with coming out that way. Because when I was first writing those lyrics, I felt really uncomfortable, because I'm like, "Oh, my family's gonna hear this, or they're gonna feel a certain way." But at the same time, I'm grown as hell. Period. Point blank. Two, this is an art form, so you take it or leave it. Like, it's not gonna be for everybody. But my little bars here and there about what I can do with my what that thing do. You got to have it. You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
You gotta have it. Well, that's what's up. Yeah. You the first artist that's on this show, so that's been on the show.
Yeah,
so
that's
what's up. I really, and you real articulate. You a motherfucker. Shout out to all right, so let's get into the good part of the show as well.
Okay.
What makes a real nigga to you?
Ooh, what makes a real nigga to me?
What makes a real nigga to you?
Honesty, leadership, and acceptance. And what I mean by that is, what I mean by the last part mainly is acceptance. So when you have a man and a woman in a relationship, it's always, the man can do this, the man can do that. It's accepted that he, sleep with a lot of women, or he's a ladies' man, or he do this, and it's okay. But when it's the other way around, and not saying that you should hold around at any, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that's okay in general for anybody, because at the end of the day, you want to be safe. You don't know what people got out here, especially with COVID going on, and just with for real, just with what's going on.
Not only you catch AIDS and COVID, nigga, just kill yourself, nigga.
Just what's going on sexually with somebody you don't know. So the idea is to be cautious.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about in general just how a person should be with one another, women are always scrutinized on a higher level. So when you have a man that is not only honest and accepting, you know what I'm saying? You have a person that is not gonna cheat, or if y'all just into that, y'all got an open relationship, you feel me? It's honesty. And the acceptance part comes in when it's like, okay, just like I slept with X, Y, and Z women, I understand you slept with X, Y, and Z man, but that's not what's going on right now. You got some men, like I had a friend whose male companion.
He's gay?
No. So he had his history,
Okay.
and he was literally telling her like, oh, well, if you slept with more than one guy, then I don't think I can mess with you. And it's like...
Hold on, I'm a little confused. Is the girl asking him if he slept with more than one guy, or is the guy asking the girl?
Okay.
Because I'm thinking like, hold on now.
So I'm just going to...
Yeah, I know you... I'm not
minor
asking you to put it
details.
out.
Yeah, minor details. Male, multiple sexual partners, all females, obviously.
Okay.
Female. This male was the only sexual partner.
Oh, okay. All right, bet.
She was told, I don't know if I can, mess with you if you had more than one partner, or blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, how can you not be accepting of what she had going on, knowing what you had going on? So for me, that's what makes a real nigga. Like the fact that you can be accepting of what I had going on, and also know that, if we in this, be honest with me, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And leadership, obviously, because you want somebody who can, I'm not gonna say lead you, because a lot of women these days like, I'm not finna have no man lead me, but
death to those bitches. Please continue.
Anyhow, a man that can lead and also be accepting of a strong woman and her independence within that, if that makes sense.
It's so much I want to break down.
Go ahead, because I'm one of those strong, independent women.
Oh,
so.
well, and I can tell.
Everything you just described as a real nigga is what he is not. So he like, damn, I'm not a real nigga. Did you say morals? Family oriented? What the fuck? Everything out the window. Start from scratch.
All right, rolling my tears. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Where do I begin? All right, so just on some minor shit. So you had said something about, unless they got an open relationship. I've never met a woman that was ever down with an open relationship. I'm not saying that I was seeking, but I have never met a woman that was down with her nigga getting other doonies. You know what I'm saying? And the dude is also down with her, you know what I'm saying, being at the barbecue, eating all the sausage. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
That's out of... I don't know. I feel like that's just out of this universe. Now,
I don't know why you think that.
I haven't met nobody. I'm 27. You know what I'm saying? Do you got homegirls that's down with making somebody their significant other, but that is also okay with him fucking off and he feel the same way about it for her? Okay,
so not personally, but I'm going to touch on you saying out of this universe. So... at the end of the day, like, just like we're on this earth, it's a whole plethora of other species, right? We just happen to be the superior species. But when you think about just in general in nature, you got gorillas, you know what I'm saying, which are our closest relatives, damn near, chimpanzees, and they have multiple sexual partners. Now, not saying we monkeys, but to say that it's not human nature to feel a certain way toward other people. Like, okay, you have couples who are like, oh, well, if my man thinks another female is cute, then I can't be with him. Like,
Death to those bitches.
Like how can you seriously say that when this man liked other people before you? You know what I'm saying? You're not you're not going to be the only attractive woman to him on earth. Like, it's human nature to desire other things, regardless of whether you're in a relationship. You don't have to act on those things, and that's where our superiority or the human side of us kicks in. But at the end of the day, don't pretend like, you know what I'm saying, that's not what it is when it really, you know,
that's what it is.
When that's what it is.
You just damn near gay every nigga that if any nigga get caught up cheating, he can be like, bro, apes fuck all kind of other apes. You can't be mad at me.
I loved it when she brought it down to the animal world. I'm like, yes, you fell for my trap. You feel me?
Not my trap.
Pounding on his chest.
So all I'm gonna say is, with the relationship that I have with my significant other, I'm comfortable enough in my relationship that my man can come to me and show me Megan Thee Stallion on Instagram and say how big her booty is, and I can agree with him. And be like, yeah, damn, her booty big and her body crazy. Or even if we're talking about just a past relationship, like, how can I sit up here and get mad about something you did before me, you know? And vice versa. I can talk to him about past relationships. I could talk to him about if a nigga come up to me and, you know, say some crazy shit, and we can laugh about it. That's just the type of relationship we have. And I feel like because we've established that security with one another, we can do those things. But there's so much insecurity and dishonesty within relationships in general these days that you don't find that often. And that's just something that I'm glad that I found within my relationship. You know what I'm saying? That we're both open to things like that, because at the end of the day, your significant other is somebody you want to share everything with, right? So having that open space and that open conversation is something that I feel like all relationships should have.
So I'm about to get a little off topic real quick.
Go ahead.
So, by the way you speak of your significant other, he sound like a great guy.
He's an amazing guy.
He seemed like a great guy. You feel me? So this is a little silly. Would you ever propose a threesome to him? Because he's such an amazing guy. You know what I'm saying? He dot all the I's, cross all the T's. You know, like, is that something that ever runs through like a woman mind? Like, God damn, my nigga on his shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring another bitch in.
It's a conversation to be had.
So you would have a conversation first. You wouldn't just come home with, like, you know,
right,
not groceries or something. But
and the bitch on the back, you know, pulling in the last.
Yeah.
Not a bitch.
Look,
on
you
the
know,
back.
I'm silly as shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to swing on me.
To me, it's a conversation to be had. You know what I'm saying? That's something that.
But he's down with it. Let's just say hypothetically.
That's something that would have to be talked about and disclosed amongst the two of us, and it's a conversation to be had.
That sounds like a no. that sounds like a no. I tried to throw the oop. You know, I forever try to throw the oop to a nigga.
That's a hell of a assist.
Oh man.
All right. It was some shit we were talking about earlier. That one clip, I can't think of the name of that podcast, but the dude, basically the question is, do you get jealous, or have you ever been jealous of, like, your current ex? And, like, the guy, he was saying, like, pretty much fuck his ex, not his ex, but his girl, any of her exes, he, like, pretty much, like, deaf to them niggas. Fuck that nigga. Have you ever had spite towards any of your dude exes, or you two, your chick exes?
Hell no. Hell no. I just be I be thinking, like, how you deal with this bitch? How did you deal? Apparently you don't deal with this bitch no more. You know what I'm saying? But no, I ain't got time to think about nothing like that, bro.
No, are you talking about
past nigga?
Are you talking about ever, or are you talking about in my current situation?
Just ever. It don't gotta be personal.
When I was younger, yeah, and that came from lack of experience and just not knowing my worth. But now that I know who the fuck I am, it don't matter for me. Like, it don't. Like, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I got going on. So it's like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not an issue, yeah.
Yeah, I think that shit childish.
What about you?
It's very childish, yeah.
Nah,
bro.
Nah, you look like a nigga. What you mean? What you mean he did this to you when you was 19? Like, nigga, what?
Shut your ass up.
Oh, oversized pumpkin. You actually look like a pumpkin, bro. You like Happy Halloween, nigga. You
Calm your ass down.
Man. So what is something that has how has this year affected you outside of school, outside of, you know what I'm saying, outside of anything that you've mentioned already? How have COVID affect you?
I guess not even thinking about just COVID, like, for what it is. COVID definitely added to what was going on with me this year, because like I said, it was a lot of uncertainty for me. Like, I was going back and forth between, well, mostly late last year, but early this year too, I was going back and forth between, should I go to law school, should I pursue what I really want to do, blah blah blah. That, and then COVID added on to that, and not being able to have that social contact that I'm used to having, you know, with the world, because I'm already an introvert. So at first it was kind of like, great, I get to stay in the house, get paid, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But as time went on, it was more of a struggle trying to find myself, but also be in this place where this lack of social access was affecting me. And then with school and everything too, it was just an added on stress, because I graduated undergrad in 2018 and then started school now. So it was like uncertainty, school started back, COVID, lack of social access. I think all those things for me created the perfect storm, because this year literally has been like the worst year for me emotionally of my entire life.
I can fucking agree. I can agree. COVID been a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's some
for
pros,
sure.
some cons, whatever the hell.
Definitely.
But it's safe to say that's probably like for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It has switched some things up. It was something I forgot to mention earlier. So I had hopped on your link. And first off, your website is lit. You know what I'm saying? And I seen from what I believe you will also write for other people.
Yes.
So could you write like some real raunchy shit from like a gutter bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, scamming, I'ma set a nigga up type shit. You could write.
Yeah, so it's all about imagination. That's
no
just like,
problem.
That's just like asking an author if they can write a book about, you know, somebody killing somebody or a horror. Like, have they ever killed somebody? Shit, we don't know. But if you haven't, and you have an idea in your head, like, imagination is boundless. So as long as I'm given a topic, an idea, a direction, I can go. It's actually easier to do that than to actually write my own music, if that makes sense. So I know what I want and I know what I like, but at the same time, I have to find a certain direction with where I want to go with my music. I don't have it just given to me like, oh, you know, an imaginary Keita or Ish sitting on my shoulder saying, hey, you know, write this. No, I have to actually like go behind and think about what I want to write. But if you sit in front of me and tell me, okay, I want you to write about the fact that I killed this nigga, that I robbed this bank, that I drove off, and now I live in Canada. Like, all right, cool. I got the bars for that because you've given me a direction. So that's easy.
It's easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. When I seen that, I was like, I'm gonna make sure I ask her. Can she write some real raunchy shit?
Yeah.
If you used to do like a feature with somebody, would you write the words for them or would you let them come with it? It depends on the person.
If I'm doing a feature?
Not a feature. If you wanted somebody on your track, if you were doing a song featuring somebody, and would you let them come with their bars, or would you be like, you know what, I I got a hot 16 right here. If you just say this, or would you?
I mean, so for one, if I ask you to be on my song, it's gonna be worth it. Like I'm not finna ask nobody that I don't think is capable to be on my music. That's first and foremost. And two, I believe, and I don't know why this is not praised in the city or done in the city, because you got these artists that'll pay a producer, that'll pay a promoter, that'll pay an engineer, that'll pay all these other niggas, but will want you to get on a song for free. I don't get that shit. So if I'm asking you to be on my song, I'm paying you. So I'm not gonna pay you for me to write. You feel me? That's a waste of my time.
So what if somebody verses like booty?
If somebody verses
like straight cheeks, you know what I'm saying?
So for me, I'm very business minded and business oriented. So before we even get in the studio, we're gonna talk about what's going to be said in the song, and we're gonna for real. We're going to talk about what's going to be said on the song. And if you come to me and I'm not really feeling it, like, I'm going to have to be honest, because at the end of the day, it's content that I'm putting out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So do you pay them before or after the song is done?
Half and half.
Okay. Give a little deposit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's some gangster shit.
Come with some horrible shit. Like, oh, no, you're not getting the rest of this.
Go home, nigga. Go home.
I wouldn't even do nobody like that. I would just have to have a heart-to-heart and, like, really just, like...
sit down with him.
Something, because...
Hey, bro, let me holler at you over here in the breakfast
Amazon
room.
is hiring, my nigga.
That literally goes back to the fact that we screen all that out from the beginning when I choose you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not choosing nobody whose bars are subpar.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? It got to be on par, or at least, like, you know, something compared to what I'm doing, or better. Because then that's where the benefit kicks in. I'm not asking you to be on my song if I don't think it's going to benefit me or you.
Okay. I got another question. You got a question?
Go ahead. I got something, though.
Oh, yeah. This is about to spin off topic again.
Yeah.
All
was
right.
too.
All right. What are some... Damn, where we at with it? What are some things you have to deal with when dealing with black women?
Things you have to deal with dealing with black women. Attitude.
Now, is that fair for the nigga?
It depends. It depends, because
what is
I
the
feel
equivalent? What is the equivalent for a woman's attitude and a dude's? You know what I'm saying? What is?
Okay, so for me, what my attitude stems from is when I feel like there's something that's missing, or there's something that lacks. You know what I'm saying? So if I got an attitude, it's not just because I'm angry. It's for a reason. Whether you think my reason is warranted is not really up to you, right? So when women have attitudes, especially black women, it stems from a long history of single parent households and not having a male figure in your life. That's why, they say black women, or a lot of women, have daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? Daddy wasn't there. You got the strong black woman mentality. And because we don't grow up with these men in our households, it's like we don't feel coddled or comforted like our white, Latino, Indian, whatever counterparts, right? So that's why they have that softer image. So we're seen as the angry black women, but it's not by any fault of our own necessarily. It's because we constantly have to be strong. We constantly have to stand up. We constantly have to do things for ourselves. We constantly have to make a way because of the lack of strength in the black community as far as our men. So those attitudes, I feel like, potentially come from not being shown that there's something different for us. So say you're in a relationship and you have a man that he doesn't work, you pay, you pay all the bills. Maybe he, is a swiper. So y'all going half and half on the bills. But at the same time, you're like, okay, I want something better for you. I don't want you to just scam. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see my daddy go in and out of jail. My daddy wasn't in my life. Now you mad because you thinking you're doing enough, but we don't see you as doing enough. So we have an attitude with you all the time. You come home from doing whatever you doing, we got an attitude. Now y'all want us to cook. Now y'all want us to clean. So it's like all those extra things added on to that, on top of the fact that we have to accept what you're doing when we're trying to do the best that we can do. You see what I'm saying?
A little bit, slightly. A little bit.
All right.
So my question is, what additional struggle do you feel that black women go through that black men don't go through outside of the wage gap that is really smaller, you know what I'm saying, than what is portrayed to be? But outside of that, what's something that a black woman go through that black men just don't know about? That's additional, you know what I'm saying?
Scrutiny, not being protected.
Not being protected.
Not being protected in the sense that, okay, so Lil Sally Walker walking down the street, gets abducted. They got the whole SWAT team, they got the CIA, everybody, the police department, the sheriff department looking for him. Black girls go missing, and it's like, oh, it's just another black girl. It's not really much done about that. So the fact that we have to worry about, like I said, being independent and supporting ourselves, for the most part, we have this extra layer of we got to be how we are to protect ourselves, right? Because we don't feel like we're not protected by our black men. And also the fact that a lot of the times black men really be putting like black women down. Like you see, like you don't really see other races when it's talked about, oh, well, white women don't do this or they don't do that. Y'all always complaining about our attitudes. Y'all always complaining about the stuff we do. But we go through a lot on a daily basis. And granted, our attitudes can be a lot better. But that's like a two-way thing. Like help me help you. Like you don't want my attitude? Well, help me do X, Y, and Z. You don't want me to be the crazy baby mama? Why aren't you taking care of your kids? You don't want me to be the angry black mama that's coming home, you know what I'm saying, and whooping kids when a chicken ain't taken out. Well, where are you at? You know what I'm saying? Well,
I may have experienced that, man.
Exactly. Well, where are you at in, your kid's life so I don't have to go through that? You know what I'm saying? I'm working 2 jobs, so of course I'm going to want my kids to take the chicken out because I'm not going to be home in time for that. I'm working 2 jobs. Why? Because I'm the only one taking care of the kids.
So check this, right? Check this. So black women aren't protected by black men. Now, should you feel like you need protection from black men, or do you think you need protection from your man? You know what I'm saying? Now,
I have to say elaborate.
So I feel like a lot of black women take on the burden of women that don't have a man to protect them. But you're in a relationship, right? And you have a man, and it's safe to say that he protects you.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So can you really take on that burden or join that cause that black men don't protect black men? Look, first off, I'm blown, but I think y'all get what I'm saying a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you're protected,
and the answer is yes, because I have sisters, brothers, and cousins that aren't. You know what I'm saying? I know women that aren't. So just because I am not a part of that struggle personally, it doesn't mean I can't relate, and it doesn't mean that I haven't experienced it personally in the past. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
It's all connected. It's all full circle.
So it seemed like you are taking on that burden for the women that doesn't have men to protect them.
The whole black men don't protect women is too broad.
No, I didn't. So I'm not saying black men don't protect women. I'm saying that black men are, for one, a lot more. They scrutinize. Black men scrutinize black women more than any other race of men scrutinize their women. Can that be agreed upon?
I can agree on that.
And that's just it.
Now, can we agree upon this? Black women also scrutinize black men more than other races.
That's very true, but listen to this.
Oh, hold on. Where the butt come from?
No, listen to this. Listen to this. You didn't even know where I was going with it. This is something that goes all the way back to Mr. Lynch, right? When he wrote those letters, we painted an old against the young, light against the dark, the strong against the weak, and blah, 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 blah. That's still going on now, right? So all that all that homo race, I don't know, all that same race thing that has debilitated our communities, right? So when they in the 70s and 80s, when they took all those black men out of the household, you know what I'm saying, that broke up the black family, that ruined a lot of black communities. So then after that, they said, oh, so not only are we taking your men out, women that are left with those kids, if this is not your husband in the household, we not giving you no welfare. So now we're in a mind state of women have to do it on their own. So this is all systemic, but we're not going to get past that unless we mend what we have within our own community. You know what I'm saying? And because we've been beaten and tattered for so long, like I feel like mentally and as far as community, we are the weakest race. Can you agree with that? We like community wise,
for sure. Yeah,
we are
for sure.
we are the when it comes to that,
we don't stick together. We
don't stick
everybody
together.
A op.
Everybody a op. Like
Yeah.
you got cops ops, and now you got your boys. You got cop ops, and now you got your boys from the hood. They ops. Just if they cross you, and it's not like that in any other community.
Yeah.
So the fact that black women scrutinize black men and black men scrutinize black women is definitely a problem. And I'm not saying one scrutinizes the other anymore, but that's something that's not going to get handled or dealt with outside of us. Like we have to be done looking for outside sources to help mend what we have going on. Like, yeah, women have attitudes, and yeah, black men don't necessarily not even gonna say on average, there are a lot of great black fathers out there, but you have those black men who will sleep with all these women but don't bear the responsibility of taking care of that kid. Oh, I ain't got to take care of that kid. I didn't have that baby. Or if you wanted to have a baby, that's on you. Like, at the end of the day, you the one who fucked without protection. You know what I'm saying? You knew that risk, but yet you did it, and you left this young woman
out here
who might not necessarily believe in abortions. You know what I'm saying? And, everybody has the right to do what they want with their body. So you have this person left out here that just had this baby, and now they got to raise this baby on their own. Now they're angry all the time because they're not getting help from anybody. We don't have the generational wealth to help sustain these communities. So now this person is struggling. This person is on welfare. This person is mad and angry at the world. But it's like, this is something that could have been prevented if that black man stepped up and was like, okay, we did this. We might struggle for a little bit, but at least we're going to be doing better together and not separate. You know what I'm saying? The woman who sees that black man that is taking care of his kids, does have a job. Okay, I don't have to have an attitude with him because he's doing a lot better than a lot of these other men. Not saying that what he's doing is so great. Like, he should be taking care of his kids. He should be working. But at the end of the day, like, you gotta give certain people a break from what they've been through. You don't know if he had a father in his home. He's learning this all on his own. You know what I'm saying? He's taking the steps to do what he needs to do because he might not have had that father figure in his household. You know what I'm saying? So you have to come from a place of understanding when it comes to the black community and what needs to be done to mend these relationships.
I think the only way the relationships can be mended is accountability has to be accepted on like both ends.
Exactly.
Like, it's too broad. Like, even the statement black men don't protect black women, or I get what you're saying, black men probably degrade or whatever, but both is equal kinda. But if you don't specifically call out who didn't quote unquote protect you, just saying black men don't protect black women is too broad. Because like you just said, your dude, he take care of you, he protect you. I've never been with, there's no woman that's ever been in my presence that wasn't protected, because that's just how I was raised. I'm always be for black women to protect them. We come from black women, so, and I understand that some dudes don't have that same mindset, but if you're not outright calling him out, it won't change. And then same thing for the women. You can't tell me that women lay down with dudes that got like 4-5 baby mamas that don't take care of none of their kids. Why would you have a kid by that man?
Yes,
if
definitely
you seen his track record, you feel me? So I feel like you go on both ends.
Definitely.
Accountability.
Definitely. I mean, and that would be just like me saying, like, a lot of these young women are really dumb because, like you said, granted, it does take two, but if you are laying around with multiple people, like, personally, I would never, like, if I see that's the type of lifestyle you live in, I wouldn't even touch that. Like, I've had this conversation with my men, like, if you ever had a kid, like, it would be over. And not saying that situations like that don't work, but me personally, I don't have time for a baby mama, and I don't have time to play with other people's kids. Period, point blank. And that's the type of situations that people allow themselves to be in. So again, it comes with mending the black community as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to stop those really negative habits, like, just from the jump.
I hate women.
Oh, what that mean? Because I'm a woman.
You cool. You know what I'm saying? I just hate what you stand for. You know what I'm
Why?
saying? I don't know. I have a whole philosophy that these cameras cannot capture.
He battling his sexuality still, so that's all it is, bro.
Okay. You can believe, bro.
So can you elaborate on that, though? You hate what we stand for. What do we stand for?
Okay. So like you had said, you bear the women that can't be protected. And that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that I feel that women do that definitely divide men and women. Well, divide black love. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it's not all on women, but it's just a lot of, I don't know, like it's too much division. Like the feminist movement, I don't really understand it. I feel like that's just like a hate men movement, because you hate what I'm about, you hate what I represent. I feel like that's counterproductive as a black woman to be in something like that. Just because I feel like black men struggle just as much as black women.
Well, I think the feminist movement, though, is not only with black men. It's just a movement, and I would not say I'm a feminist in the least, but that comes from the gender divide that's been happening since forever. Like, men in society have been seen and treated as superior. There is still a wage gap in between men and women in America. Like, on average, women are making, I think, 80 cents to every dollar that men are making on average. I go to a job, I can have 6 degrees and get paid less than a man that only got 2. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the feminist movement comes in. Like, feminists, for the most part, and I don't agree with everything that they have going on for them, because sometimes it's a little extreme, and some people might hate me for that, but I do think, some people go a little bit too far when it comes to that. But I feel like, just like with the Black Lives Matter movement, it's some extremes in that, but in general, I feel like they're fighting for what they believe is right for black people. So you could say the same thing about feminists. They're fighting for what they think is right for females as a gender. Like, we are not put at the same level as you guys are. So that's, for the most part, what the cause is for, to try to raise that. You know what I'm saying? So to say that,
earlier you had mentioned something about the animal kingdom and how that works. You know what I'm saying? And there's not many like female versions that's taking lead. You know what I'm saying? Like in a pack of lions, it's 9 bitch lions and 1 male lion. You know what I'm saying? And he's the lead. You feel me? In the gorilla scenario, the gorilla is the head. He's the lead. So your personal perspective, especially since you had brought up the animal part, do you agree or disagree that women are like a supportive role, can play a supportive role? Because I feel like that's the role that is played in the animal kingdom.
Well, you brought up lions, but actually in the lion community, I don't know if you know this, but when it comes to the sexual part of it, women are actually in control of that, or females are actually in control of that in the animal community. Did you know that female lions, when they're in heat, they pretty much demand sex from their mate at least what is it, 20 something times, and even if the male is
that
tired,
sounds amazing.
no, but see, listen though, not when the male has 9 other female lions, you know what I'm saying? That's demanding that same thing. So it's not like the man dominates and a female support. It's a kind of push and pull thing. You know what I'm saying? Because in the lion community, the female also goes out and hunts. You know what I'm saying? It's the opposite with males. With humans, males are supposed to be the go-getters, the breadwinners. But that's not what happens in the animal kingdom. So when you're talking about what goes on in those types of kingdoms, or in those types of species, it's different and it varies through everybody. You got species where the female doesn't even have the baby, the male does.
You better not bring up a seahorse.
No,
because I love seahorses. And seahorses does that.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, so to say that, to try to compare that to that and say that, the female should be the supportive role. Okay, well, let's look at every single species. That's not how it is across every species. So when you're talking about humans, it should be treated differently. If a man is in a relationship with a woman that's dominant and making all the money and he's a stay-at-home dad, so be it. It's on a relationship to relationship basis. I can't say that a female should support a man or be in a supportive role, especially if that man is a man child, which a lot of the men out here are nowadays. Like they're grown, they sound like a man, they look like a man, they got hair like a man, they might make man money, but when it comes to other things like leadership, morals, and all those things, I'm not supporting anybody, for one, that's not lining up with my morals or I see as someone who can lead me, if that makes sense.
Either rap or being a lawyer, I would definitely hire you to be my lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with it.
Okay.
I'm fucking with it. I hope you blow up in both. I hope you like the first rap lawyer in this bitch.
Not rap lawyer.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Well, look, we about to get ready to wrap up. You got any last comments you want to tell your people? You want to tell our people? All that.
So I'm working on a video coming out for my track Atomic. That'll be out in late November. So everybody look out for that. Young Ish coming with the heat. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. And I'm also going to be dropping an EP early next year. So just follow me and look out for that. My name is Ishii Qash on all platforms. That's YouTube, that's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's Facebook, and that's spelled ISHIIQASH. Ishii Qash.
What's your man's Ride to Dime, baby, aka the real Poppy Chulo? You know what I'm saying? Follow me on my platform on the gram, Ride_DA_Dime_.
Yes, it's your favorite nephew Darius at D3 on 3 Town. Damn, D3 on 3 Town. The podcast is Your Aunties Favorite Nephews, and as always, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Here's Your Aunties Favorite Nephews. We're entitled not to give a fuck.
And thank y'all for having me on the show too.
For
Appreciate
sure.
y'all. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Off top.